Let's do an activity exploring the pause framework. This is one way you can minimize unconscious bias in your workplace. Pause stands for pay attention, acknowledge your assumptions, understand your perspective, seek different perspectives, and examine your options to make a decision. Taking the time to pause and examine your thought processes is a critical step in mitigating the influence of unconscious bias. I encourage you all to practice this technique, not just in hiring, but in all of your decision-making processes. It takes practice, but it's an invaluable skill for creating a more inclusive workplace. All right, let me set the scene for you. Imagine you're reviewing resumes for an open position on your team. As you're scanning the resumes, you notice one candidate has a name that sounds unfamiliar to you. Pay attention. Notice how you're reacting to the candidate's name. What thoughts or feelings are coming up for you? Acknowledge your assumptions. What assumptions are you making about this candidate based off their name? Are those assumptions fair or accurate? Understand your perspective. Reflect on where those assumptions might be coming from. Are they influenced on your own background, experiences, or biases? Seek different perspectives. How might someone else with a different background or perspective evaluate this candidate's resume? What strengths or qualifications might they notice that you're overlooking? Physically take that resume and ask another person for their perspective. Examine your options and make a decision. Now that you've taken the time to pause and consider different viewpoints, how will that impact the way you evaluate this candidate? What is the most fair and equitable way to move forward in this situation? From this exercise, you would come out with an understanding and awareness of your own biases and how that impacts the daily decisions you're making towards people or associated stereotypes without your conscious knowledge. And although if you are human, you are biased, that doesn't excuse us from being held accountable for choices we make. I encourage you to try the pause approach in your life and gain awareness on how your biases might be treating others unfairly, and to find options for new decisions.